Welcome back. Now we're going to be working on Chon Ji. So Chon Ji is the second form, or you could even consider it the first form. If four-directional punch is more of the 0th form, that's what you learn as a white belt. Chon Ji is the first form, first full form. So for this one, you'll need to start knowing the number of movements and the meaning. So for Chon Ji, there are 19 movements, and it means heaven and earth in Korean. So let's get started with Chon Ji. Kind of like four-directional punch, this form is split into two halves. So the first half is all low block and middle section punch, just like in four-directional punch, but with different turns and a different sequence. The second half, we're introducing something new. We're using a side block with the inner forearm, and that will be an L stance. So most of the weight on the back leg, and after that, we'll step forward and punch into walking stance again. So this one is a little bit different. It also changes a little bit at the end. So let's get started with Chon Ji. From 준비. Our first move, we're going to turn to our left and low block. So I come up into my cat stance, getting ready, turning to my left, and I step out with my left foot. So we want to hear a loud key up on that first move. It's going to be a low block on a walking stance toward your left. So from here, hey! So now I'm going to step forward and punch middle section with my right hand on walking stance. Now we have a long turn about to come up. So one way to remember the turns on this form is you always follow your arm around. So I'm punching with my right arm. That means I want to turn toward my right. So that'll be clockwise in this case. So I follow my arm, turn to the right. If you imagine you're on 2 tracks here, and there's a 3rd track next to you. So 1, 2, 3. I'm bringing my foot all the way from track 1 to track 3. So taking my right foot around from the punch, come up into my chamber here, turn to face the opposite side, and so that's a 180-degree turn. Blocking low section with my right arm. Now I step forward and punch with my left. Middle section once again. Check your elbow strike, all of that. Now we have a shorter turn, only 90 degrees. Once again, follow your arm around. So this time my left arm is out. So I'm following my left arm towards the back. Towards the front. So if I started facing this way, this is the way I'm going to be turning and blocking. So follow that left arm around, that stance, bring it back and out to block. Now I step forward and I punch. Middle section once again. Now I've got another 180-degree turn. I want to follow my right arm around from track 1, track 2, to all the way to track 3. So turning around, and so make sure on these long turns that you point your back foot, the one that doesn't turn, toward your target, not all the way, but most of the way, just so that it's not facing all the way back, so you can have a good walking stance. Now step forward and punch with your left. So that'll be the last movement of this first part that we're working on. So now the second part begins. Once again, follow your arm. This is a 90-degree turn. We're going to be in L stance on side block. So I bring my left foot back, cross my left arm under my right, and extend it out. So this is my side block here, using the inner forearm on the thumb side. My elbow is about a fist width away from the rest of my body. So I want a V shape here, not too extended out, not too far out. Nice V shape for the block. Other arm straight back into an elbow strike. Now I step forward into a punch on walking stance. Now from here, I'm going to follow my arm once again, 180 degrees, bringing my right arm under my left and bringing it out in a block. Elbow strike straight back, not off to the side like this, straight back, and step forward with your left to punch. Now I'm following with my arm to the left, 90-degree turn. And from here, I'm going to step forward and punch. Now follow the arm for the last turn toward the right, 180 degrees. So bringing my foot in and stepping out. So now you know there's one more punch to go. Step forward with the left and punch. But Chon Ji actually adds 3 more punches in addition to this one. So this is our first punch forward. We're going to add 1 more forward. So step forward, punch with your right. On walking stance. Now we have 2 punches coming backward. So you're going to step back with your right, that's your lead leg. And we're going to end up with our left foot forward, punching with our left hand. So step back. So I'm punching with my left, middle section. And step back 1 more time to punch with the right. So now I have my right foot forward. My right arm is out in a middle section punch. This is the last move, so we can do a loud kia. So I step back. Hi! So once again, check your stance. Check your elbow strike. Check your punch. And when you receive the command, haro. So that's Chon Ji. Cheerio. 对。